Hello, our guest today is Kate Starbird, an assistant professor in the Department of Human-Centered Design and Engineering within the School of Engineering at the University of Washington, and she has an adjunct appointment in the Department of Computer Science. Welcome, Kate. We thank you for taking time for this interview.
Hello, Al. Thanks for having me.
Okay. And so my first question is, why do you think diversity in computing is important?
This is such a huge question, and it's so important. And for me, diversity in computing is so important because right now computing is so important in terms of society. If we look at the technologies that we're using and how integrated they are into our lives, into our social lives, our work lives, in some cases our romantic lives, just about everything we do, technology is becoming a part of it. It's becoming integral to the kinds of relationships that we're building and everything else. And so diversity, for me, means that we have a representation of all the people that we can, and we have the expertise and the perspectives from different people at the design tables. And so we're able to create tools and systems and things that really represent diverse experience, and I think it's important to have diversity in terms of the people that are there.
Okay, that's a very inclusive answer. Thank you. So now that you're at the University of Washington, what has your school done to help achieve diversity?
You know, I haven't been here very long. I've been here only a couple quarters, and I came from the University of Colorado. But my re-entrance into the computing fields, if you may, started at a luncheon at the University of Washington. It was actually a luncheon it was organized by NCWIT, which is what is it? The National Center for Women in Information Technology.
for Women in Information Technology.
Yeah, excellent. Yes. So they were having a luncheon for NCWIT, and David Notkin, he's a professor at the Computer Science and Engineering Department here. He invited me to that luncheon, and I met people, and I could tell that they, and this was maybe 6 or 7 years ago, everyone was seeing how important diversity of that kind. I think diversity is a lot bigger than gender diversity, but they were definitely interested in how to get more females into the computing fields and the IT fields. And so I know there's other things like that going on in the University of Washington. I know it's going on all over the country right now. It's sort of an issue that's come to the fore, and most of my experience with it has really come through my being at University of Colorado and being so close to NCWIT and seeing what they've been doing and how they've been doing it. And I know that the University of Washington also sees this as an important thing to focus on. And I know that in the larger engineering department here, what they do is they do a great job of mentoring both undergraduate students, graduate students, as well as female faculty to try to make sure we're supported and that we feel that the School of Engineering as a whole is a welcoming place and is a place that's ours as much as anyone.
That is so important. All the research shows that the mentoring is just extremely important for both recruiting and retaining female faculty. Let me ask you to look into your crystal ball and look out about a decade. Where do you think we'll be with regard to diversity 10 years from now?
I'm an optimist here, and I don't know whether it's just a sort of myopic optimism from looking at my own experience and seeing some of the people that have been closest to me as we've been progressing the last few years, but I'm also seeing, larger changes in society in terms of people recognizing, how important computing is in their lives, and more people are recognizing how important it is in their lives. And I think even separate to all of our efforts as institutions to try to, organize and try to, figure out mentorship and figure out how to change our numbers and recruit more of different kinds of people, I think that's going to be a ground-up thing in many ways. And I think that kids are more aware of how important technology is in their lives. These digital natives are growing up with it. And I think that's actually going to drive a little bit of diversity because I do think that a broader range of society is having access to these devices at a younger and younger ages. And my hope is that if we can combine sort of these the efforts to remedy the institutional resistance against diversity, if we can remedy that from the top, and then we can just allow this ground-up thing to happen, I see 10 years. I think we're not going to have to spend as much time worrying about it because I think it's going to be a lot better.
Boy, that would be wonderful. And so thank you to Kate Starbird, Assistant Professor at the University of Washington. Kate, thanks for your time and your expertise in this area, and we appreciate the opportunity to have this interview with you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.